We are back with week 2 of the NFL season, and this week did not disappoint. It brought us a crazy Cowboys-Giants shootout, a multitude of games that come down to the very end, and touchdown after touchdown after touchdown across the league. Today in this video, we will be recapping all 13 games from today's Sunday slate. Let's dive right in. First off, game 1, we have the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. The New York Giants did not score a touchdown last week, but Russell Wilson woke up and chose to just be completely different this week, throwing for 450 yards. And basically all of those yards were to Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson, who finished with 9, 167 and 2 touchdowns and 8, 142 and a tutty. But Dak also threw for 361 yards as well. This game had 41 points in the fourth quarter alone. Russell Wilson throws a dot to Wan'Dale Robinson on 4th and 4 to go up 30-27 with 2:45 to go. But Dallas comes right back. Dak Prescott to George Pickens. They're up 34-30 with just 52 seconds. In just 3 plays, the Giants score again. Where is this offense coming from? Malik Neighbors, 48-yard touchdown. New York is up 37-34. But this Jake Ferguson 18-yard catch and then this Javonte Williams run gives Brandon Aubrey just enough room for the 64-yard field goal. We're going to overtime. In overtime, a bunch of punts before Russell Wilson throws this really bad interception, and Dallas wins it on a last-second field goal, 40-37. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Cincinnati Bengals. Early in the second quarter, Joe Burrow gets sacked and injures his toe. The reports right now say he is likely to miss 3 months. A big blow for Cincinnati, also just a huge blow for the NFL in general. But in this game, Jake Browning steps up and proves that he's one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. Mitchell Tinsley has this incredible grab to tie the game at 17. Trevor Lawrence finds Travis Etienne, 24-17 Jacksonville, but in just 3 plays, the Bengals respond again deep to T. Higgins for a touchdown. We're all tied at 24. The Jags are up 27-24 on Cincinnati's 7-yard line with 3:47 to go. It's 4th and 5. They're going for the win, and Brian Thomas drops this pass. All throughout the game today, Brian Thomas looked like he was scared to get hit, had multiple drops, just 4 catches on 12 targets. And unfortunately for the Jaguars, Cincinnati will go on a 15-play, 92-yard drive that's capped off by Jake Browning, sneaking it in with just 18 seconds to go. The Bengals come out of this one alive, 31-27. T-Law finishes with 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jake Browning, 241, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. And Jamar Chase, 14 catches, 165 and a touchdown. Game 3, the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions offense looked like a shell of itself last week. That was completely different this week. They score 52 points on the Bears. This one was not close from the beginning. Jared Goff throws for 334 and 5 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown has 9, 115 and 3 touchdowns. On the Bears side, Rome Odunze did have 7 for 128 and 2 touchdowns. However, it's not looking good in Chicago, starting off 0-2 in a year where they had high expectations. The Detroit Lions offense seems to be just fine, and maybe that Chicago Bears defense isn't as good as we thought it was. Game 4, Los Angeles Rams at the Tennessee Titans. Matthew Stafford throws for 298 and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams has 6 for 106 and a touchdown. Puka Nacua, 8 for 91 and a 45-yard touchdown run. Tennessee was actually up 13-10 at half before the Rams went on to outscore them 20-6 in the second half. The Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets, one of the least entertaining games of the day. The Bills roll in this one 30-10. James Cook goes off for 132 and 2 touchdowns. And then on the Jet side, Justin Fields suffered a concussion in the fourth quarter, but he was just 3 for 11 with 27 yards passing. Game 6, the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. The Browns defense holds Derrick Henry to just 24 yards on the ground. Baltimore's only up 10-3 at the half, but in the second half, they would put up a whopping 31 points, winning 41-10. Lamar Jackson would throw for 4 touchdowns, 225 yards. Zay Flowers has 7 for 75. And then on the Brown side, Quinshon Judkins finally played, and he looked pretty dang good, 10 carries for 61 yards. But the Ravens may just be the team to beat in the AFC. They are so good, so complete, with so many different ways of beating you. For them to put up 41 points points while only rushing for 45 yards. Just shows their versatility. Game 7, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and at half, it's Pittsburgh 14-7. Heading into the fourth quarter, Seattle is up 17-14 before the biggest change of the game. A fumble return touchdown off a kickoff for Seattle. They're up 24-14. I do not know what Caleb Johnson is thinking. He touches the ball but lets it go into the end zone and Seattle recovers. That completely changed the game. Pittsburgh even goes down and gets 3 right after that, so it should be 17-14. Instead, it's 24-17. Sam Darnold connects with JSN for 43 yards before Kenneth Walker somehow on a 3rd and goal from the 19 scampers in for the score, and Seattle wins this one 31-17. Darnold throws for 295 yards. JSN, another big game, 8 for 103. Cooper Kupp, 7 for 90. And then Kenneth Walker with a bounce back game, 105 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Game 8, San Francisco 49ers at the New Orleans Saints. The Niners are without Brock Purdy in this game. Mac Jones gets the start, and San Fran starts off this game up 9-0. The Saints will respond with a touchdown on this 12-play, 84-yard drive, capped off by a Spencer Rattler pass to Juwan Johnson, who has had a fantastic start to the season. But San Francisco responds right away. Mac Jones leads them down. Christian McCaffrey, 7-yard touchdown pass. It's 16-7 at the half. Niners. Spencer Rattler responds. Rashid Shaheed for the 3-yard touchdown grab. It's 16-14. Mac Jones connects to Juwan Jennings early in the fourth quarter for a 42-yard TD. It's 26-14. But New Orleans once again responds. It's 26-21. And New Orleans has a chance to go for the game here with just 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Eerily similar to last week for them. But San Fran dials up their pressure and Spencer Rattler fumbles the ball. 49ers win 26-21. Mac Jones played pretty dang well. 279 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 55 rushing yards and 6 for 52 and a touchdown through the air. Next up, the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins, 15-14 Patriots at halftime. The Dolphins come out in the third quarter and they go up 20-15 on a pair of field goals before the Patriots on a 5-play, 83-yard drive take the lead right back on this Drake May scramble. Malik Washington returns this punt for 74 yards. It's 27-24 Miami. Before on the ensuing kickoff, Antonio Gibson returns this touchdown, 30-27 New England. Tua throws a terrible pick. The Patriots get 3 and the Dolphins have one more chance to win this game. Instead, Tua gets sacked on back-to-back plays and the Patriots win this one 33-27. Drake Mays looked really good this year, 19 for 23, 230 passing yards, 2 TDs, and 31 yards on the ground with a TD. Tua did throw for 315 yards. That interception that was bad was his only one. However, it's panic mode in Miami. Tyreek Hill did have 6 catches for 109 yards. Devon Achane had 8 for 92 and a touchdown. We're now on to the afternoon games. All 3 of these games come down to one score. Starting off with the Denver Broncos at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts were probably the surprise of week 1, and they were also the surprise of week 2 at halftime. This game has a lot of scoring in it for a team like the Denver Broncos that has such a good defense. 21-20 Denver. J.K. Dobbins puts the Broncos up early in the third quarter, 28-20. The Colts get a field goal. Bo Nix throws an interception. Another Colts field goal, 28-26. And then this 42-yard field goal somehow hits the upright for Will Lutz, and the Colts have a chance to win this game. Can Daniel Jones clutch up? JT has a 10-yard run. He ran all over Denver in this game, by the way. On 3rd and 6, a clutch conversion to Alec Pierce for 7 yards. And then Spencer Schrader has a chance to win this game. A 60-yard field goal with just 3 seconds left on the clock. He misses it, but the Broncos get called for defensive leverage. They do not let the center come up. Spencer Schrader gets a chance at redemption. This 45-yard field goal is good, and the Colts win 29-28. Daniel Jones again throws for 316 yards, 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor runs for 165. And then Tyler Warren has looked incredible in his first 2 games, 4 catches for 79 yards. The Colts start out 2-0 for the first time since 2009. All right, boys, 3 more games to go. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers at the Arizona Cardinals. Early in the third quarter, the Arizona goes up 27-3 on this James Conner touchdown run, but Carolina will show some fight. They go down and score on 3 straight drives. They get touchdowns. It's 27-22, and they somehow get the onside kick. Can Carolina come all the way back from 24 points? On 4th and 5, Bryce Young gets sacked, but there was defensive holding on the Cardinals. And then a few plays later, roughing the passer. The Panthers have 1st and 10 on the Cardinals' 33-yard line, but Bryce Young gets called for intentional grounding. They have one last chance on 4th and 15, but Bryce Young gets sacked again. I will say a valiant comeback effort from the Carolina Panthers, but the Cardinals hold on 27-22. Bryce Young does throw for 328 yards. Ted McMillan had 6 for 100. On Arizona's side, Kyler Murray, 220 yards passing, 32 rushing yards. Trey McBride, another big game, 6 catches for 78 yards. All right, what's supposed to be the game of the week? The Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl rematch in Arrowhead. This game is tied 10-10 at halftime. The Chiefs will go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 36 to start the third quarter. They will not get it. Kareem Hunt fumbles the ball, and then the Eagles will get 3. It's 13-10 heading into the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes leads the Chiefs down at 2nd and goal from the Philly 6-yard line before he throws an interception intended for Travis Kelce. Devontae Smith has a big catch, putting the Eagles on the goal line. On 4th and goal from the 1, the tush push does its job once again. I gotta find out historically how successful the tush push is. The Eagles are up 20-10. Very late in this game, Tyquan Thornton and Patrick Mahomes will connect for a 49-yard touchdown pass, but it does not matter because the Chiefs cannot get the onside kick. 2017, the Eagles win this one. Jalen Hurts barely throws for 100 yards. Saquon Barkley had 88 rushing yards. And then Patrick Mahomes, not a lot of offense in this game. Only 187 passing yards. He did have 66 rushing yards, but the Eagles prevail once again, starting out 2-0. And the Chiefs starting out 0-2 for the first time since 2014. We'll see if Patrick Mahomes and company can climb out of this hole. And finally, the last game of our Sunday slate, the Atlanta Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings. This game I thought was going to be fireworks. Instead, it consisted of field goals and barely any offense. The Vikings were incredibly fortunate to even be in this game at halftime. They held Atlanta to 4 field goals, which all were deep in Minnesota territory. The Falcons D-line just absolutely dominated the Vikings O-line in this one. Ryan Kelly, their center, went out with a concussion, and then Christian Darrisaw, the left tackle for the Vikings, did not play, and it absolutely showed. JJ McCarthy gets sacked and fumbles, and then Atlanta gets another field goal. It's 15-6. For some reason, Kevin O'Connell, down 9 points with 9 minutes to go, decides to punt the ball. 4th and 1 from his own 28-yard line, and Atlanta goes down and gets the first touchdown of the game before sealing it with this JJ McCarthy pick. Not a pretty game for Minnesota at all. Bijan Robinson finishes with 143 rushing yards, and that's about the only noteworthy stat from this game. That'll do it. That is the Week 2 NFL Sunday slate. Thank you guys so much for watching. This week had a ton of really fun, really close games that were high scoring, but I will say the games that were supposed to be good, like Atlanta and Minnesota, Philadelphia, Kansas City, just really did not live up to expectations. Instead, it was random games like the Cowboys and the Giants somehow scoring 37 points. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. We'll be back every single Monday with a recap of the NFL week. And as always, we'll see ya on the gridiron.